Good morning, it's Tuesday, November 13th. Today I want to quasi-rehash a topic from 2 weeks ago and talk about why musicians, or creators in general, don't make things. Now partially this is a response to Charlie McDonald and his I'm Scared video. For those of you who don't know, and I assume that's most of my viewers, Charlie's a very famous YouTuber who hasn't been putting out as much content as of late. In his latest video, he offers us an explanation. He's simply scared that people won't like the videos he puts out, and so he just doesn't make them. Now since Charlie's such a famous YouTuber, this has sent somewhat of a shockwave through the YouTube community. Over 100 people have posted video responses to Charlie, including some very famous content creators such as Michael Aranda, Wheezy Waiter, and even Hank Green. Now obviously I have not watched every single video response to Charlie, but the overall gist of them seems to be, Charlie, we love you, and also, I'm scared too. Now I don't want to invalidate anyone's feelings necessarily, and I want to sincerely apologize to anyone who may have a clinical fear disorder or something of that nature, but basically, I want to call bullstuffs. I don't think it's fear that keeps us from making things. I think it's just more fun not to make things. And I don't mean this in a, oh, by not making things I can sit around and play video games and have fun all day. Because making things can actually be just as much fun as playing video games or any other recreational activity. But before you make something, there exists infinite possibilities for that particular thing, including all of the most fun and best possibilities. So, for example, I have an idea for a StarCraft parody song. Since I haven't finished writing it yet, much less recorded it or made a video for it, I can imagine any outcome for that song that I want. So I upload the video, which is a sonic and visual masterpiece, obviously, and within a week I get 1 million YouTube views. YouTube obviously sends over a big box of their YouTube money, which I hand over to my wife as proof that these videos are totally worth it. I make the front page of Team Liquid and get messages from all my favorite pro gamers telling me how much they like my song. Kurt Hugo Schneider calls up his sister and says, "Hey, I heard you played some musicals with this John Dittert guy. Think you could get him to work on a song with me and Husky?" To which I reply, "Yeah, sure, I think I could fit that into my schedule." Anything's possible. But once I actually record the song and upload the video, bam! Those possibilities cease to exist and I'm left with whatever actually happened. Now I'm not saying all that stuff I just imagined couldn't happen, but I do have to realize that the last songs I wrote are currently serving as a makeshift table, and the last video I posted on Team Liquid got about 200 views. And in case you're wondering, you don't really need a box for all of that YouTube money. And even if all my imaginary success scenarios come true, I still have to deal with the complications of that success. So, for example, I'll have to pay more taxes on all of that YouTube money, I'll have less free time as I respond to messages and work with these awesome collaborators, and I'll certainly feel more pressure to make my next song a hit. So in short, it's just way more fun and less stressful not to make anything at all. But the problem is that those fantasies don't actually exist. By not making a video, I don't have possibilities. I have nothing. No, not just a shot without me in it, less than that. No, not even the wall. I have literally nothing. There, that's what I have by not making a video. All of a sudden, that 32 cents doesn't look so bad. So I don't think it's fear that stops us from creating. I think it's our minds playing tricks on us, convincing us that all these possibilities and potentials count for something, when actually, only something counts for something. Not to go on too far a tangent, but I think you can apply the same idea to non-creative pursuits. I don't want to apply for this job or ask that girl out on a date because I don't want to ruin the fantasy of that experience in my mind. But once again, the fantasy never really delivers, to quote Rob Gordon. So my advice would be just to make stuff and do stuff. Sure, you'll be cutting off this world of infinite possibilities, but that world doesn't really count for much anyway. No things of note this week, but I do have several shows coming up at the end of November and the beginning of December, so stay tuned for that news. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.